looks like we are live. I don't know if it's working. I'm hoping so. So sorry for the delay, but today what we're going to do is go over a couple questions that I get that come up in my coaching business when it comes to photographers and building their business. So hopefully you guys can get value out of this. I think it's really valuable, but depending on where you are in your business, you'll have a different view. So let's go over a couple common questions that I have seen, so we can kind of help you guys get on the right track and start making six figures and stop struggling at 5 or below and take this business seriously. So one of the first things I see, and this comes up a lot with like just your mindset. A lot of new photographers, and I did it myself, undercharge. And they always like have to overcome that mindset of like, I can't believe I could charge this, or no one will pay that, right? So how do you stop undercharging and finally believe that you are worth higher prices, right? So it's a loaded question because there's a little bit of work involved in it, but it's not as hard as you think. It's really just your mindset. Oftentimes photographers, because they don't have experience, they don't know how to use their camera that much, they think that they can't charge that much. But truthfully, you could literally charge what I charge if you knew how to take a picture and just had the confidence to do it. So it comes back to your mindset and how you believe and what you believe about yourself. So I started off myself like charging $50 for a session, which was a long time ago. I've been doing this for like 20 years. So long time. Now I don't even bother. Like I like charge anywhere from $500 to $600 an hour. And I want to charge like $1,000 one day, which I believe I can one day. Actually, I do for portrait sessions. That's what I charge. So it is possible. I just don't do portrait sessions. And actually it's so funny. I'm wrong. I had a corporate client on my birthday who I charged $1,000, and I literally worked probably 30 minutes, if that. So it is possible. So you just have to kind of go into your mindset and work through your limiting beliefs to believe that you are worthy and capable of making that money. And again, I have plenty of information on my YouTube channel that can help you with this. And in my course, Photo Mitzvah Maven, we have a whole module devoted towards just your mindset and how to achieve what I've achieved and whatever you want to achieve, right? I have a whole entire module on it to help you kind of overcome that mindset and shift it to like one of a confident, successful 6-figure photographer. Okay. So another misconception is you need to have lots of years of experience in fancy gear to charge whatever it is you charge. Now, I think you definitely need good gear, but honestly, it doesn't matter the gear, because you could take a picture and have it edited to perfection, and people probably wouldn't even know. But for me, obviously, I love having the best gear because it's just like driving a really nice car, right? There's a reason you pay for it. It's good glass, it's good reliability, it's just bigger sensor, whatever frame, all the things, better than an iPhone, right? So you can print bigger pictures. So like, you don't really have to have the best gear and years of experience. Like I've had second shooters that have asked me about pricing, and students where I'm like, you know what, you could charge that, just back it up. You know what I mean? Like it's all fine. You could back it up with your mentality. So you don't need to have a lot of years of experience in fancy gear. You could literally have one camera that's decent and create a whole photo shoot where someone would love to pay for it. So again, all mindset, anything is possible. But I think as a true professional, like somebody like me that's basically shooting every single weekend, it is very important to have the correct gear because, for example, I need to have interchangeable lenses for different scenarios. I need to have, a hot shoe flash a flash that will fire and light my subjects properly, right? Because they're paying me a lot of money to take these photos. and I need to have reliability where the camera has two different, one of these at my desk right now, two different memory cards. So in case something goes bad, something fails, I have backup. So when you become a professional like me that's shooting every single Saturday almost out of the year, then you want to make sure you have that proper gear. So how do you get leads without relying on luck or word of mouth? Now, it's so fascinating. Let me tell you, this is so fun for me to talk about. So I just had this morning. So whenever I get an inquiry, I got 2 inquiries. I think I had 3. 1 last night and 2 today. I think 2 or 3 in the last like 24 hours. And one I talked to today, and I always ask them, how did you hear about me? Because by asking these questions, I can kind of like gauge, okay, like what arena are they in? Did they hear about me from a past client? If the past client was somebody I'm going to remember, what did that client pay? So then I kind of know what age, like kind of like age range, price range they're in, and can kind of gauge the conversation from it. It's all strategic in my logic of questions that I ask. And I could tell like based on the tempo that they're at, like, you know, kind of the budget and price point. Other temples are just like in Burlingame, they have no problem with my rates. In Lafayette, Danville, it's a little different here. So I kind of gauge that. And it also helps me see where my leads are coming from. So I get consistent leads all the time. And I feel like they come from a handful of places. So I would say majority are referral, right? Majority, past clients, people talking about me. And then I would say vendors, right? Frienders, I guess you can call them, other vendors in the industry, the niche that I'm in, referring me. And then I would say like maybe like random Google searches or Facebook groups where moms are talking. I've had that. So that comes with just experience, right? Like that part of that comes from just being in the business for 20 years. You know, I'm photographing bar and bat mitzvahs for 15. But if you plant yourself in the right environment, that can happen much quicker, right? So if you were to put yourself at a temple on the newsletter, do advertisement there, or call and ask to get on the vendor list. Do you need photographers for your vendor list? Because all the temples have vendor lists that they send the parishioners, the members of the temple when they're planning their bar bat mitzvah, b'nai b'no mitzvahs. So you could do that, and then you're placing yourself in a situation where you could be very easily connected, right, to. And then what will happen is as soon as you get in with a few, you do an amazing job, then you will get more referrals. Now, again, in my Photo Mitzvah Maven course, we go over how I shoot and how I act with clients and at events. So it's almost like guaranteed referrals, or at least people try her in addition to whoever else. Like this morning, there was another photographer. I knew the exact photographer, and I think I really impressed the client because she's like, I'm talking to one other photographer. And based on the comments she said, I knew exactly that photographer because she was asking probing questions about me or about photography. Like, do you give the digital images? Do you charge per image? Do you charge for prints? Like, what do you give? And I was like, okay, I know exactly who she's talking about, because there's like one photographer that doesn't do what majority of us do. And I almost pretty much, I'd have to say, solidified the deal. But it's all these probing questions that you have to ask and be mindful of to get, you know, the closing document, the contract, and the client. And a lot of the stuff I go over, and I'll try and go over it in these videos, but it's just so hard because I can't tell you everything, you know, all at once. It's just not possible. So you'll get bits and pieces. But when you do Photo Mitzvah Maven and actually coach with me, then I can literally tell you just like this on a live what I do. So, which I plan on doing this actually. I plan on doing these lives every Friday to see how I can help serve you guys. So that's how you basically get consistent leads without relying on luck or word of mouth, is you go to where your client is. So multiple places. You can go to the temples, you can go to different Jewish communities, like whatever. You can go to vendors and just initiate conversation and, get yourself out there. It's really not hard. All you need is a couple clients, do a really great job, and you're going to get referrals. Like this niche, it shocks me that more people don't do it. Unbelievable. But it's so easy. And like, all you have to do is like, be who you are, be positive, love it. And I'm telling you, the clients will see it and they will hire you and they will tell all their friends about you. And that is where a majority of your, referrals will come from, is that. But you can insert yourself into the correct places and very easily get more clients. So you don't have to worry about luck or word of mouth. Honestly, I remember one of the vendors and the DJs I'm really good friends with, he actually said, he's like, it's crazy. Like we do these events every Saturday and it's just essentially like paid marketing, because we're out there marketing ourselves and the clients are just booking us, like by the end of the event, we'll have new clients. It's like crazy. Or we'll have their siblings dates. So it's like, it's just unbelievable. I don't know why people don't do this niche, but I'm here to help you see how amazing it is. Okay, let's go on to the next question. What do I say in the consultation to book clients on the spot? So for me, so much is your mindset. And there's so much to mindset. Like I said, I go over it in these videos on YouTube. I go over it in my course, but you got to work on your mind first, because first off, I feel like it's never good to book clients on the spot. Like it's never good to pressure anybody. Like you need to know exactly who you are, which is an amazing 6-figure photographer that loves their work and is so appreciative and grateful of their clients because they pay you and you have money because of them. So you have to have that as your true core personality and who you are. And when you know that and you detach from like closing the client on the spot, like you will get so much more. Like honestly, like for example, I had a client last weekend, a super fun party. Like we had a great time. I was tired by the night because it was late. I had a full day that day. Was heading home. A client was like, I have a check for you, but I don't have a pen. I'm like, don't worry about it. Like I'm not hurting for money. It's fine. Like just go and relax, go take a shower and just lay on the bed and chill, because that's what I want to do. Right. And she's like, no, I have a wad of cash. Do you want a tip? Like, I'm going to give you a tip. You were amazing. You were like, you and the DJ were the best referrals we could have gotten, blah, blah, blah. Super nice. Like amazing. Like this client was, all of my clients are fantastic. I love them. Seriously. Like love, love, love them. And I said, don't worry about it. Like, seriously, it's no big deal. I will send you the sneak peek on Monday and I'll give you instructions on how to take care of the payment. Okay. She's like, perfect. Gotcha. Totally didn't even worry about it. Let it go. Knew she was going to like pay me and give me a tip, which they don't need to do. Like, I don't expect any tips just because I charge so much. And I did exactly what I said, sent off the sneak peek. Because in my contract, I say they're supposed to have a check or a payment by the end of the night. But I know that like, I don't want to push them to do that. And I'm just not that photographer, because I have like a detachment. Like I don't care. Like, honestly, I would love to do this if we didn't have bills in this world for free, right? But we have bills, so I have to charge. So literally I send her the email with the sneak peek, and within like 5 minutes, I have in my, I have clients pay via Venmo, Zelle, credit card, whatever they choose, right? Check. And she had Venmo'd me, like her and her husband had Venmo'd me with a tip. And it's like, I just know like that's what's going to happen, right? I don't have to like pressure anyone to get me what I want. So when I had the call today with the client that was going over the comparison between me and my competition, who I profusely, I said, she's amazing. This particular photographer is amazing. And if you choose to go with her, like no worries at all. Like you have to do what's right for you and your budget. And I'm like, just know this is my way that I do business, and that's the way she does it. But regardless, either one of us will do a great job for you. So my advice to you is like, whoever you resonate with, that's in your budget, that you prefer, and like the photos, you resonate with, go with that client. And honestly, like, I'm pretty much guaranteed she's going to go with me, because in the back of my mind, I know that she's like, I'm not desperate to get her business. I literally told her, I said, I'll send you all the details. I'm a resource for you. So I'll send you everything in email. You take a look at it and just decide what is right for you and get back to me. And if someone reaches out on your date, I'll let you know, because based on our conversation, first and foremost, I always like to give people priority, but based on our conversation, her event is an event that I would really like to work on because of the DJ and the plan. So, but I know, because like I just have in the back of my mind, my subconscious mind, they're going to book. I don't have to pressure them. So there's like a detachment. And also in my mindset, I know that like 9 times out of 10, the people that I talk to, because I always talk to them, I never do anything via email. I always get on the phone so I can ask the probing questions, so I can know where marketing is working, where they're coming from, and how high the budget is for the event based on the DJ, the location of the venue, all the things, right? I know that 9 times out of 10, they're going to book me because they're coming in warm from a referral, from, seeing my photos. They like me enough to contact me. So I just know it's like almost guaranteed 9 out of 10, they're going to book me. And then what happens is that they end up booking me. Like I'd say, it's funny, my boyfriend asked me my numbers yesterday for sales, because we're both in sales. And I'm like, I don't know. I think I have at least an 80% closing rate. I might not be 90, because I get so many that sometimes it's just price. Like I'm just priced too high. Right. So, I think I'm at like, I would say maybe 85% closing rate. So 85% of the leads that are coming in, I'm closing. So I don't ever feel like I have to book on the spot. So I don't think that you should come from that mentality. I think you should come from service and kindness and gratitude, and then know in the back of your head, because you've done those things, that they'll want to work with you. And then you'll start to see what I see, which is so fun. It's so awesome. It's really fun when you master this. I hope you guys keep sticking around or sign up and work with me, because I'm like really got some gold to share with you guys. Okay, so where are we at? How do I attract better clients? Oh, instead of bargain shoppers. So that is such a good, I swear it all comes back to mindset. That's a good question, right? Because I still get bargain shoppers, but I feel like, because every day in my head, in my mind, in my journal, I write down, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm top 5 photographer in San Francisco Bay Area. I work with all the high-end event planners for bar and bat mitzvahs. I'm literally the best of the best. Because I say those things, I don't really get any bargain shoppers. And if they are bargain shopping me, like I say, like if I try and have a conversation and they refuse to get on the phone, or, oh, just send me your rates, then I'm like, okay, definitely bargain shopper. And then I send them my rates, and then I never hear from them again. And that's fine. I just delete the email. It's not a big deal, because 3 will come in after them, right? So once you start getting in the mentality of like who you are a 6-figure photographer, and you get paid this rate and will not sacrifice or, go any lower than that. The universe just adjusts, God, angels, universe, whatever you believe, Allah, it just kind of gives you exactly what you want. Like, what do I want? Like, I want a bar bat mitzvah client that is either going to dance between my first and second package. So I would really love like big fat parties every weekend, but I'm okay with having like a more chill one too, here and there. Like, I don't mind that. I think that they're kind of sweet and special. But when I have a big fat party that's like an $80,000 to $100,000 party, so fun to photograph. But again, I'll take one that's like, 30 to 40-ish, maybe 25. I don't know, maybe you can get it lower, but Someone that takes my first package and it's just a simple party, like maybe it's a service and then it goes right into the party or a kiddos lunch kind of thing. Like I'm okay with that. But the thing is, it has to be at my rate. Like it can't be anything below my rate. Like my rate is like $600 an hour. So as long as they're paying that for at least 3 hours, or for a photo session, a portrait session, $1,000, right, for an hour. Like my corporate client, $1,000 for 30 minutes, not even of photos. Like I'm happy with that. And that just becomes your standard, right? And somehow you don't have to ever deal with bargain shoppers that much anymore. I think that what happens is we get into like, I'm only worthy of $300 photo shoots. So then all of a sudden I get the $300 looky-loos. Like I don't think I've done $300 in years and years and years. Like, and I get it. Sometimes it takes a minute to get to that mentality. And maybe you have to do $400 till you get there, like for 1 or 2 shoots to prove to yourself that you can, and people will pay that. I mean, here in California, geez Louise, like we go outside and lunch is $100, so I have to charge $600. Like, it's insanity, but you got to get there. So however you're going to get there, watch some of my past videos, see what I do, get my meditations. My meditations are amazing. Everything is at rachelcapil.com. My meditations are basically, I think there's 3 of them that I go through, and I teach you exactly what I do to get the outcome that I want in life and how I do it. And I tell you, it really makes a difference. The imagination is so essential in creating what you want and doing it repetitiously and implanting it into the subconscious mind. I would definitely check out those meditations if you can. So that's how you get rid of the bargain shoppers, is you got to really work on your mindset and just come from where you want to be, right? Okay, here's a good question. Do you need ads to get to 6 figures? Honestly, I've never in my entire life run an ad for my photo business. I don't even know. Actually, hold on, I think. Have I, back in the day, did I ever do like a magazine ad? I mean, I think I would do like a trade, like I'll shoot this for this ad space. I might have done a trade, but I've never actually paid. So like, I think this question is like about ads for Facebook, which I've never done. I've done them for my education business, but I have not done them for my photo. So I don't know. The answer is I don't think you need them, because first off, I think ads are so complex that if you don't have a very specific thing that you're selling, it wouldn't make sense like to do an ad. Like you've got to have your message dialed in. I would actually say what would help is offering to pay for an ad at like a temple that does a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs. But I think a better way will be to try and get on the vendor list. But if you're going to say, hey, and if you have a newsletter ad that goes out to all of the members of the congregation, like I'd be happy to do that. And then tell me what it takes to get on the vendor list, as a photographer. I don't know if you need a refresh, because sometimes I know temples will have like a ton of photographers that might not even be in business anymore, so I'd love to know how to get on there if possible. Like I would say doing that first over ads, but yeah, you don't need to do ads to hit 6 figures, because I didn't. What I did at the beginning of my career, I had a friend that we both built our businesses together, and she was Jewish, and she asked me if I would do one, and I said yes, and I loved it. And that's when I started doing them, because she was doing them. We were working together. We were hanging out. It was super fun. So that's how I started. And so I would say maybe I probably spent money on like happy hour and dinner with her, but we were just hanging out, young and single. So that's where I spent my money, is building relationships. So, and we go over all this in the Photo Mitzvah Maven too. So you definitely don't need to have ads to hit 6 figures. So get that out of your mindset. All right, let's see. How do I manage all the editing and admin without burning out? So the editing and administrative work, it's going to always be there, and it can be frustrating and challenging. You can hire VAs. Like I have a VA that's amazing, and she does things like my newsletter or like my social media stuff. She helps me with that. Or you just charge more and you won't have as much work, you know? So it just depends on where you want to come from with that. But yeah, it's all a mindset. So you're kind of choosing to be overwhelmed. So you can choose to not be overwhelmed and just chunk it down and keep it simple. I go over in my course what I do on a consistent basis. And it's honestly like super easy and it's not complicated. I don't use a lot of like different programs. I think I have like Pixie Set for my contracts, for my galleries, social media. I have a newsletter, like I said, that she does for me. And I have that's for my photo. I have like for my education, my reels and videos and stuff, a video editor, but it's like, you just kind of have to just streamline it, make it easy. And again, we go over this in Photo Mitzvah Maven. So if you're interested, the link will be down below, but you can check it out at my website, rachelcapel.com. So the editing, I use Imagen AI. It's great. Helps chunk down like 2 hours easily per shoot, maybe even more, depending on how long the shoot is. Yeah, that's super helpful. And you just I cull down the images so it's not too overwhelming. I try and keep it under 500 per every event. They don't need more than 500 people. I'm like, one of my students was like, one of my, it wasn't a student. It was somebody that had asked a question. They were saying that they gave them like thousands of pictures. I want to say thousands or 1,000. I could see like at a wedding, maybe you would have like 1,000 images or like 800, but not at a mitzvah. Like that's crazy. It's like too much. You just have to keep your life simple. So it's a mindset and just streamline it. Just make it simpler, don't make it so complex. What do six-figure photographers? What do they do differently? Six-figure photographers. I would say the biggest thing that they do is probably their mindset. They probably just see themselves. They see themselves differently. They see themselves as worthy getting this rate. They refuse to like go lower because they know another client will pay it. They don't get in scarcity mode. They know that they love their craft and that they're always going to keep doing it and meet the right people to help them grow. They're going to keep learning about their craft and getting better. Like for me, I have this one photographer I love. I really want to learn how to light events and light my pictures like he does at his events. My lighting is really nice, but I want to like just kind of switch it up a little bit and kind of see if I could do that. And I honestly think once I do that, like I'll just be unstoppable. I've learned like so much. And that's the one thing I think technically I have to work on, but I mean, I'm doing great right now. So it's just kind of knowing your value and believing and not settling, for BS and like looky-loos and bargain shoppers, like this person said. And they just command the business. They just, like I did today in my call, I was like, yeah, I know the exact photographer. And it was a girl. Like I was right, because I know all the key players in the niche. And you just impress clients when you talk like that. Like when you talk with power and assert and confidence, people see it, they smell it. Think about it when you're dating. Like, I don't know what this feels like because I've never been this kind of girl. Like when I was dating, my boyfriend used to always say like, oh, so-and-so, I could tell as soon as she walked in the club or bar or whatever, you could just smell the desperation. I'm like, I've never been a desperate person. I've always been a very self-confident, standing true and tall on my feet and knowing my value. Like to a certain degree, I've had insecurities here and there. Obviously I'm human, but I never allowed anyone to put worth on me. I did, right? I was always the person that put the worth on myself. And so I think because I acted in strength and leadership and confidence my whole majority of my life, I think that I have produced the results because of that. And so it's just literally a mindset. I wasn't born with it. My dad just ingrained in me, don't be a follower, be a leader. Don't follow everyone else. Like you do you and lead, and people will follow you naturally. So I think that's what we kind of do differently. And we also learn, we're constantly learning. Like I'm always asking my photographer friends, like, what gear are you using? What are you doing? Like, how are you going? Like what, like I'm looking at transferring over my galleries to PickTime, because I've heard PickTime has these automatic emails that help you do like promotions and sales for prints to all your past clients. I was like, you can get extra money that way. But I'm like, I'm still on the fence about it because I really like Pixie Set. It's very, very easy. The contracts are all through there. I just re-upped my membership. So I'm like, But I was asking other photographers if they use it that are in my area that are kind of like the top photographers. And I think one was using it, but I didn't hear a lot of good stuff. Like I didn't hear like, oh yeah, you have to move over. I just saw that stuff online. So that's why I was curious, but we're always learning, we're always growing and finding the latest and greatest things out there. So, all right, let's end on this. Let's see. Okay, so this one is good to end on. How do I stop feeling like an imposter and step into being a professional? So this is such a great one to end on because it's what I love is just mindset, just literally changing your mind and stepping into who you want to be, right? So I don't know, some people know my story, some people don't, but I was married and miserable, and I had a friend ask or tell me I should do something that I loved to get my mind off the awfulness of my relationship. And so I did. So I picked up photography, and like, long story short, it was through photography that I really found kind of my fire again, and ended up turning it into a business and going full force into it and making it the career it is now. And so fulfilling, so good. All the things came after I made that choice, but it was literally a choice. Like, just had to choose to do it. And it was hard what I went through, but every day I kept telling myself that I could do it, that people out there were making the money that I wanted to do, that I loved it. It was fun. And I'm like, I could get paid and make this my business. So it was just the stories that I told myself over and over and over again that got me to where I am today. And it's all in my course. And if you go to my website, rachelcapill.com, my education site, I have the meditations. I mean, honestly, you can start there. The meditations are amazing. And if you follow my instructions and do exactly what I say and start visualizing and changing your subconscious mind to a story that will serve you versus hinder you, you will start to see your whole life will change. I mean, I literally taught these things to my sister, and I'm so excited for her because she's been a writer her whole life, writing screenplays. And I honestly, she's selling one this year, and it's going to be a big one. And I'm so excited. And I've been visualizing and seeing it all for her, and she's been doing it herself. And it is so crazy how it's been completely like blossoming into this amazing, beautiful blessing that's going to be coming to her soon. So I'll keep you posted on that when it's going to be on the big screens. And when she officially sells it. So exciting because it's in the works. It's just a matter of who's going to buy it. So exciting. Anyway, so that's all the stuff that I teach on this channel. And if you want more information, just go to rachelcapill.com. Link will be down below as well for my meditations and Photo Mitzvah Maven. If you want to use the Bar and Bat Mitzvah niche as your go-to niche and make six figures, I'm telling you, it's so easy and it's so fun. It's so consistent, and it's not like weddings. You do not have to it's hard. Weddings are tough now. You have to get on the vendor list. And I mean, once you're on the vendor list, like, those are big, but it's hard getting on there. They don't just let anyone on there. So, and then the competition is fierce because you could have a bride that's like, doesn't want the vendors, they want somebody else. So it's like, it's just crazy, but I don't teach that stuff. I could definitely coach on it if you join Photo Mitzvah Maven, but I tell you, the Bar and Bat Mitzvah niche is unbelievable. The clients are a complete joy to work with, and they're going to tell all their friends about you. And then you're going to do all the kids that they have, the rest of the kids that they have, pretty much given. So I hope this was good. I appreciate you all. I don't even know who's on. I'm like still trying to figure out this YouTube live, but I know it's going to be great value. So until we meet again next week, if you have questions, just reach out, email us, DM us, comment below, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and we are happy to help. Bye, guys.